What's up? It's Movie Buff. We're going to be talking about Aquaman. When I first got wind of this movie, I was like, I don't know, man. DC's kind of been dropping the ball lately with their characters. But then I heard James Wan was going to direct it. And I was like, okay, I see you. And I think that's really what made this movie different, is the direction of the movie was so different from anything else DC is putting out. I mean, I wouldn't say it was lighthearted, but it was definitely like, it had its comedic chops. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, Jason Momoa's a crack up the entire time, and there's a bunch of, like, you know, not the funny laugh out loud parts, but it keeps the levity going throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty studded cast. I mean, I really didn't understand until I watched it. There's a cameo with Dolph Lundgren in it.
He's not even a cameo. He's like pretty much a main character.
Yeah, I mean, he's a
Amber Heard's dad.
He's like also like a king, like another in this Atlantis. There's like, what is it, 7 kingdoms?
4.
Well, there used to be 7, and then there's 4 main ones. And like she said, Amber Heard's dad is Dolph Lundgren. You've got Amber Heard, who plays Mera, Jason Momoa, who plays Arthur, which is, you know, Aquaman. William Dafoe is Volko. He's kind of like, what, Sergeant of Arms, kind of
like the right-hand man.
Kind of, sort of, to Patrick Wilson, who's playing King Orm. He's Aquaman's half-brother.
So he's basically supposed to be the rightful heir.
Yeah, he's a pureblood. He's a pureblood, and Jason Momoa as Aquaman is a half-breed, is what they call him. You've also got Nicole Kidman, which is, you know,
she plays Atlanta,
Queen Atlanta, and there's a whole bunch of other people in this movie, but that's the main gist. The rundown really is kind of saving the world as we know it on the surface, but we would not know anything's going on. It's more everything takes place underwater and the conflict that's going on. Obviously, King Orm has seen the pollution and, you know, oil rigs being,
totally
exposed.
What happens, and they have to live in the filth of the world.
And I mean, I get it. I totally get his gripe, but he's going about it the wrong way.
He wants to basically, like, destroy surface land.
Yeah. Basically, like, we're lower than low. We're like trash. They despise anything about us. And kind of Mera, even through the movie, you know, once she's in our actual world, you know, above surface, she's like, I can see the qualities, you know, in this world. It's not all bad. There's good parts with the bad, and even Jason Momoa kind of makes her realize that, and I think that's kind of where they have that love connection, that spark or whatever.
And he was Khal Drogo, so
it played very well. I believed their chemistry. I really did. Like, a lot of chemistry on screen is kind of pathetic and kind of like weak because there's just no spark. But I mean, I believe their chemistry, didn't you? I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I was really surprised with Mera, the character. She's in comics, but she's
kind of like Ariel, but
she looks like Ariel. She's definitely not Ariel.
Well, she's not Ariel.
She's like if Ariel was a Marvel hero. She's a badass.
Yes.
She can control water. She can manipulate water. They're very tough. I mean, they made it known that Atlanteans they're built like brick shithouses. I mean, she jumps out of a plane without a parachute right into the sand. I mean, nothing. Like, I mean, so they're a different breed. They're obviously made tougher. And being Atlantean is more than just breathing underwater. You know, they are one with the water. How they swim, how they just how they live. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, they can see different. Like, when a human eye would go down, everything would be dark. Atlantean's eyes like highlight everything, and like everything is
and
like.
Aquaman has a special trait that he can talk to.
Yeah.
Sea creatures.
Which, I mean, and everybody pretty much knows that, even from like the Goofy days back
and understand them and
not control them, but he can talk to them.
Sympathize with them.
Yeah, they understand him and he understands them. Which, I mean, really kind of saves his ass in all of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to give away much, just because this movie is packed with stuff that I had no idea about. And I follow John Campea, I listen to Movie Talk, Jeremy Johns, all these podcasters and stuff, and I haven't watched any of the spoiler reviews because I like going into a movie with an open mind. But man, this movie blew me away. I loved it. I really did. I mean, I was blown away.
There's parts with the animation and the creatures at the beginning that looked a little corny.
You could tell as you got, like, I don't know if it was kind of like the Spider-Man, like our eyes just adjusted to it, or if it was actually getting better as the movie goes on.
You see a shark, and you know it's obviously animated. It's not
Right.
a real shark, but it looks like a real shark.
You buy in.
Some of the animals looked a little bit more cartoonish than others.
You buy in a little bit more to them at the end of the movie.
In the movie, and the dolphins looked real, but there was like giant seahorses.
That are obviously fantasy. So I mean,
they rode, and they looked a little like corny.
But I did love that. I loved all the different sea creatures. Like she said, there's these giant seahorses that these guys ride, like going into battle. There's big like
alligator.
Yeah, like a prehistoric alligator.
That
awesome shit. And I'm a shark dude. Like,
and then
I love sharks.
The soldiers ride all like
great whites. Badass ass. I mean, it was so awesome.
But
and there's tons.
The end, Aquaman has the best creature.
And what was its name? Kahlua?
You can't tell.
It's a mystical creature, but basically, I'm not going to spoil it, but it definitely, when you hear that, remember, because it's going to be important. But yeah, there's all kind of creatures. What were those ones called? The trench?
Yeah, they're like, basically like those fish in Nemo with the like light.
Kind of like that and a piranha mixed.
Yes.
And they're human. Like,
and they're like, they have like long arms and claws.
Basically, what they revealed in this movie was Atlantis used to be a kingdom of 7 tribes.
It used to be above.
Yeah, it was like almost floating on the ocean floor or on the ocean surface. And then they just got too greedy with power.
But there was that's why they say they had a kinship between surface world and underwater world, because basically Atlantis was that. It was a kingdom of surface land and of water. And so once
something causes it basically to, sink to the bottom of the ocean. Like I said, I'll leave main little details out and stuff.
Like in a bunch of other movies talking about Atlantis.
Of course, the lost city of Atlantis. Yeah,
exactly.
And I really liked how they did all the mysticism. It didn't make sense because obviously this movie has nothing to do with reality. But you believe it kind of.
They kind of like hint towards in the movie where Mira says that she said, "Oh, you fought Steppenwolf, and that you can be able to." They kind of like hint towards.
They tied it in very well.
Justice League. There wasn't a lot of it.
Thank God. I'm glad. I'm glad there wasn't no mention of like Batman or Superman.
There was a mention that basically there was a tie ship. So this was after.
Right.
After
they let you know in the timeline where this takes place.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was such a off-ball, unbelievable, Atlantis and this
it's kind of like
power.
It's like basically like Fast and the Furious under the water.
It is. It's balls to the wall as soon as the movie turns on. I mean, you've got what's her name? We were just talking about her. King Atlanta or Queen Atlanta. Nicole Kidman. You got her kicking ass and taking names in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah. So, I mean, definitely check this movie out. I would see it in IMAX because that's what we saw it in, and it is just made for IMAX. It's just so epic in scale, and the underwater and the creatures. I mean, the way they the way they film it coming at you.
Where might Halloween costume idea?
This is a potential Halloween idea for us. Maybe.
I want to be Mira. She's like Ariel.
She's like obsessed with Mira now.
I'm obsessed with mermaids.
If we could pull it off, it would be freaking awesome. But I would definitely be growing my beard out craziness, and I would have a wig. But that is to yet to be foretold. But as far as the movie goes, see this in theaters. It is awesome. It is probably going to gross over $800 million. It's already at like 600 or 500 as of now. And it's just going to get bigger. The word of mouth, this is opening weekend, and it's Christmas time. Everyone's get this little break and stuff. So it's going to get a sequel. This is going to further into the DC, which I'm so glad that maybe we will hopefully get a new Batman, a new Superman, Green Lantern. All this is going to transpire into something good. and make DC what it should have been a long time ago. But yeah, man, check this movie out. I loved it. I would say 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, it really is awesome. There's a lot of cheesy parts, and it's very cheesy at times, and it's completely unbelievable, but it works. Somehow it just works. So go check it out. Till next time, see you at the movies.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.